what's left of what's right.
New York, New York. All the Empire State politics you need to know in a few New York minutes. And representing the left, if you will, Richard Brodsky, former Assemblyman, senior fellow at Demos, and professor at NYU. And representing the right of the Republicans is John Cahill, former chief of staff to Governor Pataki. 3 questions, and we do it in a couple minutes apiece here. And the first one has to do with the governor's new casino plan. It would give New York's first 3 commercial gaming franchises to the upstate destinations. And there's a lot of ways to approach this. But first, tell everybody what's really going on, because we thought it was going to be 6 or 7 of them. Now they're upstate, they're not downstate. What's really going on? And then we'll get into the debate about whether it's a good or bad bet for the state.
It's the usual fight for control, where Cuomo wants to keep this in his own hot little hands. But the real issue is, can you get this past the voters? And to do that, since downstate is very skeptical of casino gambling, and there are problems upstate as well, he's trying to arrange constituencies, the Indian nations, the upstate conservative vote, the downstate anti-gambling vote. That's the maneuvering that's going on now. In the end, whether you're for casino gambling or against it, ethically, economically, whatever, you're going to see a lot of pushing back and forth. Keep in mind what happened down in Queens the first go-round, where there was almost indictments of a lot of people who got their nose into where they shouldn't have gotten their nose to. This is dangerous stuff on a policy basis, ethical basis,
we'll get to ethical in a second. The math now, is 3 the best he's going to get at this point? The idea of having a downstate casino, is that here and gone?
Well, I think he's, as Richard mentioned, I think this is part of a negotiation as well on behalf of the governor. I think he's wisely using this as leverage with the Indian casinos upstate to get them to pony up, if you would, what's owed to the state, and also politically to make them a non-factor as he tries to get the casinos through the public in November. So I wouldn't be surprised at some point you do see an elevation in the number of casinos, because frankly, just from a state economic perspective, state revenue perspective, the money is not going to be in upstate casinos. It's going to be in downstate casinos. But I also think that the public has a real concern, the lack of trust in the legislature, frankly, about where these casinos go. And there's going to be a real fight. Now, going back to the aqueduct and who stuck their nose and who's now under scrutiny from the federal authorities, there would be a real concern about the ethics and the trust in the downstate casinos.
Let me put you guys, citizens now, not guys who know the inside baseball. You vote up or down on this thing. Is this a good or a bad bet for New York? Does it really create jobs?
You know what? It is not an upstate economic development plan. Could it help on the margin in some communities where you have an influx of tourism? Yeah, it could help. But this is not a replacement for an economic development for upstate New York. The devil's in the details. Until
you see the plan, you don't really know if New York City is exempted. You don't really know where it's going to go.
On an upstate community, where is this? Show a city. Has Niagara been dramatically different since the casino?
And neither
has Atlantic City. They haven't been.
You're right. And for John Cahill, who chants the word economic development when he gets up in the morning to say that is notable. This is in trouble. Will yet to be seen.
We will have this segment, as always, back next week, same time, same bat channel.